Hi, I'm Michael. Welcome to our chair fitness practice for today. So we'll spend some time lengthening, stretching, and strengthening our bodies and our minds. And we'll have 4 components of our practice today. We'll start with a warm-up, then we'll move into some basic body weight strength training, and followed by a cardio and core aspect for our class. And then we'll finish with some yoga poses and a grounding meditation. As always, with any body practice that we engage, always listen to your body. If there's anything bothering you or something that doesn't feel quite right, don't do that. We really want to find movements that are sustainable for our bodies wherever they are at today. So let's get started. You're going to need a chair, and preferably one without arms, and we'll settle and ground into our seat. So as we're sitting here, start to inhale and lengthen through the crown of the head, and just imagine you're gently being pulled up at the top of the head. So we're lengthening the back of the neck and the spine. And just let your hands rest easily on your lap. And as we sit here, kind of feel your roots into the earth, so feet are firmly into the floor. And through the class, as long as you don't have any allergies or a cold, try to breathe in and out through the nose. We see numerous benefits that way, including simply getting more oxygen. However, it's also fine to breathe out through the mouth whenever that feels needed. So see what feels good for you today. And before we start our movements to open up the body, let's do a short breath practice together. We'll do 2 rounds here. Slower breathing activates the calming part of our nervous system, and it's a nice way to start and finish a practice. Today we'll do a practice called 4-4-6-2. We'll inhale for a count of 4, we'll hold the breath for a count of 4, and then we'll long exhale, count of 6, and a pause at the end for 2. And let's begin with that. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath now for 2, 3, 4, and now a longer exhale, slow releasing for 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause 2, and one more time. Breathing in, fill the lungs, belly expands. 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. And now let's start our movement practices. Cat and cow, a famous pose. It's just animal names for basically for rounding and arching our spine. Nice way to warm up the back side of the body. So let your head and neck start to drop as you exhale, rounding your back. Imagine in a C shape in the back. And feel that all the way down into the lower back. And then as soon as you inhale, we arch the back. We kind of look upward, pull the shoulders back, creating that opening in the chest. That's the cow. And one more time, cat. Nice C shape in the back. Feel that release, that stretch. Feel the back side of the body stretching. Inhale the cow. Arching the back, look up. Open everything up, full chest. Nice inhale. And exhale, release. Nice. And now, if you will, bring your hands to your fingers to your shoulders, and we'll just do a few circles here. Basic movements, start to open up our shoulders, warm up. And if you'd like, you kind of stretch your arms out, stretch the palms out. If you're practicing with neighbors, wave to your neighbor. Or even if you're not practicing with your neighbor, move your arms. Always good to kind of shake our fingers in our hands. And release. And now let's go swimming. Where would you like to swim today? A nice cool lake, the ocean, or maybe just the local Y. Whether you actually swim in daily life doesn't matter. These movements of our upper body that are used in swimming are so good for the strengthening and stretching of our torso. So lift that right arm, the old freestyle stroke. Press it forward, and we'll take 3 stretches here. 3 strokes of the freestyle with your right arm. One more, stretch it far back and exhale forward. Nice. And just go right into the other arm. Freestyle with your left arm. And release. Exhale forward. Let's do one more here. And nice. And now backwards, the backstroke. We'll start with one arm. Now I really feel it in the kind of the front deltoid in the shoulder and the pectoral here, chest. Take one more. Nice stretch and switch to the arm, the backstroke, one arm at a time. Of course, we do both when we're actually doing the backstroke, but kind of focusing and with the concentration, the attention on just one arm here. But now let's do both as a freestyle. So right arm and synchronized with your left arm as if you're swimming. Nice, that's it. Just kind of float through here. And release. release. And of course, one of my favorite strokes, the breaststroke. Inhale, lean in, and exhale, pull back. This really opens up the chest, and you feel it in the back side of the shoulders. And do a couple more here. Nice. Imagine you're swimming through water right now. One more rep, and release. Nice. Well done. Let your arms come up like a goalpost, so-called cactus arms as they call it, and just rotate from side to side. So you see now we're going down the body toward the core. As you kind of feel a little twisting, a little spinal twist, working the belly here. And if you want to challenge yourself, you could lift the knee as you go from one side, elbow to knee. Challenges a little more of the core work. Maybe one more. And inhale and exhale, release. So let's do some diagonal movements, very well known and famous in fitness work for targeting the whole center, the oblique muscles deep in the belly. So what you'll do is lift up in the right corner as if you're catching a basketball, and then bring it down, bounce it to a player. Come back up, let's do 3 of these. Stretching up, catching that ball. Stretch it down on an angle. One more. And kind of on this diagonal, bouncing to your player who's hitting that winning shot. Let's do the other side. Stretch it up, catch that ball. Feel that nice stretch through the side torso here. And as you exhale, bring it down. Send it through. Second rep. And bring it down. Inhale, come back up. Long arms. I've got long arms. One of the gifts my parents gave me, and my height was good for basketball. And send it on back. And release. Nice. And let's go to the center. We went to each diagonal. Go to the center. Well, imagine here maybe an axe. So take an axe in your hand. Bring it back. Elbows bent. Nice inhale. Feel the chest opening. Kind of get ready and exhale. Come forward. Cracking that wood. Preparing for the winter. Nice firewood here. Take it up again. And exhale forward. Well done. One more rep. And send it through. And release. And come up. Nice inhale here. And exhale. And some strength training and core work now as we continue. This is known as the flies. So you have the same arms we did earlier, cactus arms, but now we'll let your hands in fists, and we're just going to bring them in, and you can feel this is working the chest muscles here. I've always loved this movement, the classic chest pec development. In fact, I think the famous actor, bodybuilder, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, this was one of his favorites. Now, not that we need to develop a chest like that, but a bit of nice strength and tone will serve us well here. Let's do a couple more reps. And when you go back as far as you can, so now you're getting that posterior shoulder, and release. Well done. Let those arms float out like a bird, and just flap your wings, about a foot on each side, arms straight. You can do this. There we go. So this is challenging as we hold it for a bit. Winter is coming where I'm at. It's funny, some migrating birds fly as far as 16,000 miles for their winter migration. Amazing. I guess for that distance, you and I will use planes, but it's still good to imagine flying. Works our shoulders nicely. A couple more reps here. Both directions. I feel that. And exhale, release the shoulder. Nice. And so I'm going to do something a physical therapist showed me. I've had some shoulder issues years ago. Rotator cuff. I'll rest my left elbow right on the knee and just let the right arm, without gravity, just come in soft concentric circles. Almost like a rag doll. You're not really using your muscles. By doing this, you're kind of really releasing that stress from the smaller muscles of the shoulders. And both directions. That's it, nice. And switch to the other arm. And slowly roll back up to seated. Let's do a little cardio work here for our legs and our hearts. March in place. Hands at the sides of the chairs, and just start lifting your knees as if you're walking in place. And when you're ready, you can bring your arms in and we'll go walking. Where do you want to walk today? Maybe a nice country road, open blue skies, birds singing, fresh air on your face. A nice walk in the country always feels good, doesn't it? A couple more miles here as we walk. Nice. Lifting those legs as high as possible, working the core, working the quadriceps. release. And now, I think we all remember growing up the old jumping jacks in our PE classes. Let's wipe off the dust of this old practice and let's do 7 of these seated. What we'll do is we'll lift our arms up and bring our legs out at the same time, clap, and then come down. And let's begin. Inhale, and take it down. Bring it up, 2. And you can clap for your neighbor. 3, the old jumping jacks. 4, works the whole body here. 5, let's do 2 more reps. 6, and 7, and nice, jumping jacks. This is our shorter class today. We do a few more sets in a longer class, but you felt that getting through the whole body, a nice practice. So we'll now finish off the last phase of our class today, a little yoga and meditation. For this next pose, sit a little closer on your chair to the front, and then interlace your fingers right behind your back down towards your sacrum and bring them down. Open your chest, lean forward, and stretch your arms back. Classic opening for the deltoid, front shoulders, biceps, and of course your chest. This feels really nice. Take a deep breath here. And exhale, release. Nicely done. Let's do a spinal twist. Stretch our back and squeeze the internal organs. So bring your right hand to your right knee and your left hand behind, pressing onto the chair. Inhale, come tall, and exhale, just twist and look over your left shoulder. And keep the spine long in this. Each time you exhale, maybe twist a little bit more. And now we're squeezing those internal organs, letting blood flow freely. So healthy. One more breath. And back to center. And let's do the other side. Looking over the right shoulder. This makes us feel nice and light. And you know the old phrase, how can the angels fly? Because they take themselves lightly. Well, these poses, especially a nice spinal twist, make us feel quite light. And so now, as we kind of come to the close of our class, let your eyes softly close, or if you don't want to close them, just have a soft gaze in front, kind of getting the sense of the space around your body. And now with the embodied awareness we gained through our program today, just bring your attention to your breath, which will be our meditation anchor for the next couple of minutes. And just feel wherever it's clearest. Could be the chest, the belly, or the tip of the nose. And just select one spot and bring your awareness there to the movement of the breath. We're kind of feeling the breath and featuring its center stage in our field of awareness. And everything else, there might be sounds or thoughts, they're so to speak in the wings as we keep coming back to the breathing here. And as you observe the breath, rather than aim your attention at the breath, see if you can kind of drop back and merely receive it. Don't try to get closer or anticipate it. Just let your mind be like a mirror, which just reflects whatever it's brought before it. And of course, as we sit here, we notice there are many things that come into awareness, waves of sounds and thoughts, sensations and feelings. But steady the awareness and calm our mind underneath all these waves. Just go back to feeling the gentle wave of the breath that's always there. Letting the mind be like an open sky, limitless, spacious. And now if your eyes were closed or even downward, just let them open fully and maybe tap into a little smile, a little inner smile, or even the mouth on the edges smiling. Did good work together here. Bring your hands at your chest to seal our practice. Thanks so much for sharing your time and your energy with me. I hope you have a great day. Thank you.